Good morning. I thought I would do a review and basically what I've got inside my This Is Ground mod, and this one was a collaboration with the brand Freegums. So Freegums and This Is Ground got together and made this limited edition version of the mod, and it has all got artwork engraved into the leather. It is truly amazing. You can see I haven't seen everything that's in there at the moment. I like to, when I pick it up, see different things. I'm really apologize about the light. It is so dark outside, but when I flooded the light, the room with light, you couldn't see anything. It was all too bright, so it was making quite a ugly glare on here. So let me just pull up the information on this. This was quite expensive. I actually sold a Kate Spade zipped pink Weasley to fund this purchase, because since the Australian dollar is so bad at the moment, this would have been way out of my price point. It would have taken me way too long to sort of save up for it on the side. This one was, I think this is the iPad mini size. And so let me just get my Midori, my Giglio Giramondo. You can see that they're sort of the same size, and then that sort of difference in size. It's probably an easier way to show the size difference. And that's my phone, my 5S. So that's that. I don't actually own an iPad mini. I own one of the old school original ones, the really big ones, but I'm glad I didn't go for that size because it was just crazy expensive. So I bought the iPad mini one, and this one retailed for $380 US plus shipping, and shipping was quite expensive as well. I went halves in shipping with another girlfriend from Australia, just to sort of make it a little bit more reasonable. It also has a strap in here. There's a really big thick zip, and it is quite smooth a zip too. It's a really good quality zip. I was hoping that you hope for this sort of price that you do get a good quality zip, because there's nothing worse than buying something really expensive and getting a really poor quality zip. So that's where I'm at. So it's a little bit chunky. I'm not completely set on what I want in here at the moment, but at the moment I'm kind of happy with how I've got it set up. I'm just missing a few little bits and pieces, but I'm still feeling my way. But I thought if I don't do a video now, then I'll never do a video. So this is the inside. As you can see, there is a hook up here, a little popper here where my headphones are, a pocket here which I assume would be for business cards, and I would normally put business cards in there, but I haven't got my new ones made with my new last name, so that one's free at the moment. I'll probably put a photograph in there until business cards come, and that's where that goes. And then there's another little pocket down here, and a wider pocket, and then you have the insert, which is magnetic clasp in here. So there's 3 clasps, and then the beauty of it is that you can switch your inserts in and out depending on what you want. So this is the Illustrator insert. It comes specially for this one, and as you can see, the insert is also completely engraved as well. So if you were to buy a second insert for this, the insert wouldn't match because they only have the Illustrator in the Freegums design. So that's the only downside that I could see. If I wanted to buy like the writer insert or the artist insert, it would come as just a plain color leather as opposed to the detailed. That's the only, pain, but if I'm going to pay this much money for it, I'm glad that the whole inside is also done as well. On the other side, it comes with a pocket here. I'll just pull out my stuff and we'll go through it. So this is quite a flexible pocket. It's quite large, and it also has a piece of elastic here. When this arrived, it came with a custom notebook that had This Is Ground on it, but I've taken that out. and I just have a little notebook popped into the side currently. I am thinking about trying to put some inserts in and having them big enough holes that they go over these holes, and then the insert gets clipped over the inserts, if you know what I mean. That's something that I'm playing with. I just need to find a hole punch big enough to make holes that would go over this, and not so that it would wreck the poppers. That's the other thing I was worried about. But I am considering trying to put maybe some plastic sleeves in here so I can slip things into pockets. As well as, this is where the iPad mini would go, and there is also a little piece up here for an extra pen if you wanted to. And then you have the back, and it has this is ground and Freegums little logo at the back. So let me just go through what I've got in here. So I have up at the top here, I have my pink Gillio fountain pen, which I have put up the top, and it just slides in there. Quite a nice snug fit, so it doesn't move around. Obviously my phone, my headphones, which used to be in a little zipper thing in my handbag, but now they're safe inside here. In here I have some miniature envelopes, which I am considering using for little pocket letters in a collaboration I'm doing soon. And then this is a miniature peerless palette. I made my girlfriend a big version of it last week, and I had all these offcuts. I called them the misfits because they're like odd shapes and things, and they're not all the same length and stuff. So I thought I'd just, instead of wasting them, I made myself a little misfit palette to slip into this pocket. And then I just used a laminated sheet in between them, so that just sits quite snugly in there. So I have watercolors on hand if I need them or want them. And then in this section here I have a 0.2 Unipin fine line. You guys know that I use these in my hobo drawings, and I have a whole gamut of pen sizes, pen nib sizes, and I use the 0.2 the most. So I have about 3 or 4 of them, so I just popped one of those into this one here. I also have a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in the brush tip in warm grey number 3. So just something to give drawings on the fly some dimension and some shadows without being too much. That slips in there. And this is my Kure Take water brush. It's got a bit of red watercolor at the top, and this has seen better days, but it is my favorite, so I keep using it. And that is just to use with my watercolor palette, and that sits in there. And then my Artline Smooth, you guys know that I rave and rave and rave about these basic ballpoints. Basically I bought them in bulk. They get used everywhere in my drawing and my journals, so I knew I had to have one of them. It is quite a boring selection, but I know that with these things that I can create a multitude of different looking things, especially since I put the palette in here. There is a couple of little spots down here that I am unsure what to do with. I've been looking at pictures on Instagram to try and work out what am I going to put in these two little things. I tried putting a sharpener in there. It didn't fit. I tried putting I tried stuffing one of these in there. It wasn't happening. So if you have any ideas what I could possibly put in here, give me a shout, because I don't like the fact that there's two little spots in here not doing anything but being annoying and being empty. And I also have my Kawaiiko Epic Mechanical Pencil. As you can see, the lead is really thick on there. This was a birthday present from my girlfriend Josie. It's just a clear barrel, and it is such a smooth, lovely thing to draw with. So I've been using that quite a bit in my hobo, and it's like just the perfect size that sits in here without sort of and if whatever I have in here is quite big, then there's a little bit of room because of this. If I put a bigger pen in there, it wasn't going to fit as nice. Plus it's got a thicker barrel. This one seems to be a little bit thicker. When I put a different pen in there, it sort of moved around and didn't sit nicely. I also have a Derwent eraser. I saw someone put an eraser there in a video, not a video, in a photograph, and I'm like, yeah, I'll put an eraser there. So I just have these two things to fill, and obviously business cards. Just looking to see if I have any floating around. Excuse me. I have little moo cards, and they would probably get swallowed up in there. Or maybe I could put them in here. Oh my god, does it fit? I would need more of them to fit in here, but maybe they could sit if I got the rest of them in there. I do need to remake these, as they are, they have my Courtney Brooke on there instead of Courtney Diaz. I don't know if that's focusing. No, not today. There we go. That is what they look like at the moment. So I just want to change this a little bit. Let's see if it's going to focus back down there. Oh, see. This is what happens. So I have moo cards that have all different designs, and I probably would like to change up the cards on there as well. So maybe a contender for this little spot down here. It really annoys me that there's nothing in these two spots. When you turn over, I have a plain gridded notebook in here currently. I did play with the idea of using this like a Midori concept. Like this is my finished insert that you guys have already looked at. So like it still kind of fit when you closed. You could still, so this is where the booklet would sit, and then you could still have it open and it would hold. So I am toying with the idea of putting a Midori insert in here just as a notebook. That's one of the options in my head. When it came, it had the notebook sort of in here, and then it was obviously a thicker, and then this held it in like that, which is, yeah, I get it, but I want to do more with it. I want to make it really uber functional and like doing stuff with it that I haven't seen done with it before. So this is where my thought processes need to sort of kick into high gear. But I had my bigger watercolor palette on here and a notebook, but if you saw my Instagram feed, you saw that Lily actually totaled my big peerless palette with a glass of soft drink on the weekend, just a couple of days ago. So the whole thing got absolutely ravaged, and it kind of broke my heart a little bit, and there were tears from both of us. So this is what I'm trying to work into it. I could put is it here? Yeah, I could use my craft folder in here to sort of add more pockets and things for it to carry more. It would sit quite easily in there. At the moment this is not in my Giramondo, so I'm thinking about contacting this because it's getting quite worn around these areas, but I'm not sure. But that could be a contender for carrying around more little things and stuff. So maybe, what are your thoughts? Which idea do you think? Notebook, I could put the folder in, that sort of thing. I have letters here and cards that I need to answer. So there's some pen pal things. So I have those just sitting on the top because they sit in quite neatly and I can see them all the time. And these are, I've probably shown this on Instagram quite a long time ago. This was a basic cheap notebook from the dollar store here, and I think it was about $2, $2.50, and it comes with a clear cover, as you can see. So I basically, and it had this ugly glitter paper underneath, basically took the clear cover off, took the disgusting glitter paper off, and then collaged both sides of the the book with collage things, and so I did all that. And inside it has a really strong grid pattern, and so this is my ideas notebook for blog posts and things like that, and just washi tape samples, all that sort of stuff. So when I saw that this was, because it's a really odd size, the iPad mini is a really odd size, and most of my notebooks wouldn't actually fit in. I wonder if, I think I tried a Midori notebook cover and it didn't work. And now I'm going to lie to myself and say that I tried a Midori notebook cover when clearly I didn't. So that also fits in there if you would like to hold a Midori insert in here. So this could potentially be a really hardcore Midori insert cover if you wanted it to be. But I have my beautiful Giramondo, so I don't really need something like that. But this was such a strange little size, and then I noticed today that it slid right in. I just had stickers in the back, but this thing slid right in and sits beautifully in there. I may have squealed and was really excited because I really like this notebook. It's very me, so that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to make it very me and very functional at the same time. So that slides in there, and then inside I basically have my Japanese stickers that I really love to use in my pages. So they were my favorite ones, and they also slipped really easy inside the cover. Of course, I just sound like a giant liar on camera. Let's just pretend that they were in there neatly. You saw them when I pulled them out. They really do slip in there neatly, but at the moment they're not. So I'm not sure what's going to go up here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it. I know that Julia from Julio's Bento also did a video on this, and she actually loosened the stitches up the top so that her A5 hobo could slip in the top, and I did, believe me, I did play with that idea. But I have decided to put this book in here. Oh, that's making my camera move around. So I'm liking the folder in there at the moment. So the folder may be an addition. But that is currently what is in here. It is beautiful. It is expensive but beautiful. And I've come to the thoughts in life where if I save up the money and I buy something that is good quality and something that I know I'm going to use for many years and won't have to, it's something that's going to age with me and collect memories with me, same as my my Giramondo. These are the sorts of things that I buy and spend. I invest some money into my items that I know I'm going to use for many years to come. So I thought I could have bought the cheaper version, which was just the plain leather, but I kept looking at all the art and the amazingness that's inside this, and I couldn't go past it. And I talked to my husband about it. I had the money in my account, and I was like, what am I going to do? Should I just buy the cheaper one and save the money, or should I actually buy the one I really want? And my husband said to me, buy the one you really want, because you're always going to regret it. And I'm glad I did, because it is a beautiful piece of workmanship between the two companies. And I can see myself using this for a very long time. I don't think I'll ever see everything that's on here. Elijah likes to look at it, and Lily likes to look at it and point out things that they see as well. I am also thinking about getting the phone holder from This Is Ground, and also the Mod Mobile for my husband for his birthday in September. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how the finances go and see how much I can save. So that is the Freegums mod. If you have any questions or any suggestions for my bits that don't have anything in it, please tell me. And do you like the idea of using it as a folder keeper, or just what would you put in here if it was yours? I would like to know. Am I doing it justice? I want to make sure that I'm giving this piece of workmanship justice and functionality so that it can be used and adored all the time. I apologize again for the lighting. It is so grey and dark outside, but too much light and you guys can't see the detail on this. So I had to weigh up the pros and cons of making it a little bit darker. But this is a beautiful sort of gold colour, and it's picking it up at a different shade on the camera, but that's all I'm working with at the moment. Grey skies and bad lighting. So thank you for that. I'll get this thing edited and uploaded for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. More drawing videos will be coming soon, don't worry. Okay, bye.